So myself and my boyfriend were looking to buy for the first time, so we were first time buyers. And from the beginning, Jay was really, really helpful. And he answered all my questions and was really assuring. And I had loads of questions because I'm quite paranoid and I like to know everything's all good. And I called him so many times and countless times actually. And he was always so lovely and helpful and really chatty and really made it a very easy process. So we did look with a few other agents actually. And when we went on visits with other agencies, not Martin Jarrard, we just felt that Martin Jarrard were a lot more easy, they were more conversational, they were more reliable, they were always there on time. They were always really helpful, always gave the confirmation before. I remember when we viewed here, Jay shared confirmation with us before. And then when we had to change the timing of the viewing, he was really helpful with it and really easy. And just reassured us that everything like from the beginning was going smoothly and that we had the viewing, and just helped bridge that gap between us and the seller to make the time suit both of us. And he was very good with changes when they were needed. Yeah, they definitely had good local knowledge. For myself, I used to live 5 minutes away anyway, but my boyfriend did live slightly further away. And so it was really helpful for him. And some things I didn't know about Barnet, like he knew where schools were, he knew everything that was surrounding the flat we were looking at. He had a very good knowledge. He just felt like he knew everything that we needed. He did know the answers too. I definitely felt like I could trust him. I was also skeptical because I had heard that some estate agents will just tell you what you want to hear and then it won't actually be true. I never found that with Jay. He always, because he was so chatty and conversational, but also he always knew what he was talking about. It was really good because he had the informality, but also he always got the information right. Like he knew what was happening on the other side at all times. If we ever needed something communicated, he would communicate that efficiently and quickly. And there was never a time when he proved that he didn't know what he was talking about. So as far as we knew, we could always trust him and would definitely look to use him again when the time comes. Jay did always have good communication. There are a few times when he was off. But if we called Martin Jarrard, then there was always someone there who knew what we were talking about. I think that was Declan or Stuart. They always knew about the case as well and were always up to date. Jay always answered efficiently, and if not, then he would always call back. Whenever he called back, he was just super chatty. He knew what was happening, and if he didn't know from our end, then he just made sure that everything was very smooth. And I would definitely say he communicated really well. The three things that impressed me about Martin Jarrard is that the first is that even though they're obviously super busy, they always had time and always responded very efficiently to anything that we needed. There were a few times when we needed them to communicate something ASAP or we needed answers ASAP, and we did always get that. From if someone was off, there was always someone else who knew what was happening, so that was clearly like handed over and communicated well. The second was, I guess, the trust. At all times, I felt like I could call Jay when I was worried about something, which happened a lot. And he always was reassured, but he also was reassured from the point where he did know what was going on. He wasn't just reassuring and had no idea what he was talking about. And then the third is probably, I guess, the local knowledge. They always knew about the properties. I think we did see a few actually, and they always knew what was happening. They knew all the information about our seller as well. They knew what was happening with the chain. It just felt like they were in the know from all sides. And just really made both myself and my partner feel like we could trust them and like rely on them. Yeah, definitely. It did feel very personal. As I said, there were quite a few times when I did call, and I felt like I did build that rapport with Jay. So it felt like from that aspect, it was personal. It didn't feel like it was just a job. It felt he made it feel like he actually did care for my gain as well. Like it felt like he wanted us to be happy and secure. He didn't want to just get the job done, but he wanted the job to be done in the best way for us. The reason why I'm doing this testimonial is because I felt like Jay gave up a lot of his time to help us beyond maybe. I'm sure a lot of people don't call as many times as I did, or have as many questions. And he always, I felt like, gave that time. There were times when he was off and he still communicated with me, or he answered the phone to me if I forgot he was off. I felt like he always made that time for us, so I wanted to make the time for him. Yes, having gone through the process with Martin Jarrard, I would definitely recommend them to friends and family. Like I said before, they really made the process very easy, very smooth. I felt like I could trust them. They never let us down at any point, and I know a lot of estate agents do. And yeah, I don't know how they could have made the process any smoother. So there's no reason why I would go elsewhere.